This is Learn the Burner. I'm Garrett,
And this is Neville.
and we're talking about Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1,
Ooh, woo, woo. Hell
which
yeah.
is Chapter 9, The Marshal. Okay, so you've seen it, right?
Oh, yeah.
I've also seen it, and it's fantastic, I'd say. This show is one of my favorite shows. It's very well done. It looks good. The dialogue is not a cheesy soap opera-y kind of dialogue that most shows have. The visuals are great, characters great, and I like all the crazy alien stuff that's going on.
Yeah, for somebody who's never seen them before, I bet it would be quite shocking.
Okay, well, preface this, I've seen most of sorry, I've seen most of the Star Wars stuff. I've seen probably the prequels. Well, sorry, the originals. I've seen bits and pieces of the prequels. I've seen once in theaters. The Disney ones once in theaters, except for maybe two of them.
Well, yeah,
And that's all I've seen.
and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nice of you to feel like you need to say that.
He's still a good lad. He tries hard.
Okay, the Mandalorian Din Djarin and the child. Wait, who's Din Djarin? Oh,
His
that's the
name's
Mandalorian's name.
Yeah.
Well, I just okay. I just shit the bed immediately.
You know, your favorite TV show.
I didn't know he had a name. Okay, his name's Din Djarin.
Yes, Dinjarin indeed, sir. There's got to be a phonetical something on the internet. Find it. I think the D is silent.
How do you pronounce his name? Is it Din Djarin or is the D
I
silent?
think the D is silent.
So it's Din Djarin. Okay. I kind of thought it was, but I didn't want to assume it was. Okay.
Sir, all the D's are said aloud in the Star Wars universe. Unspoken rule.
Okay. So the Mandalorian and the child walk down a road in an industrial city towards a smaller house. The child sits in his repulsor lift cradle. Red eyes glow out of the darkness as they pass under lights that seem to dispel the creature who wants them. Okay. Oh, that's right. I remember this. They're in like a weird little city or something, and there's like creatures in the dark. What are the creatures? Do you know?
I don't know. They're like feral animals.
It's a clickable. Nope, they're just red-eyed creatures.
Red-eyed creatures you get to barely see for a second. They are, I don't know, repelled by light. Typical nocturnal situation.
Yeah.
So
the main
sounds like that place is dangerous as fuck.
Yeah, and they go inside, and it's even more dangerous inside.
Where the kid goes, I go. They go into a bare knuckle boxing fight, something. Oh wait, no, it's an arena with two Gomorians, and they're fighting with like shields and shit. So Gomorians, did you hear anything about that?
No, what's Gomorians?
Those are the pig monsters that were fighting in the arena.
Oh yeah, okay. What about them?
They were shown in one or two shots of Return of the Jedi as guards of Jabba. And
really?
Since then, yeah, they're known tough guys. They're pig guards.
Huh.
So
I wonder if Disney is just watching these and then going, look in the background at that character. Let's put him right here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's what's going on. That's the entire Star Wars universe, you know? Like George Lucas made like a sprawling universe in the first three films, you know? Like every time you look in the background, you're like, "Oh my god, there's something I've never seen before," you know? Like movies at that time, like the background character, you know, like the Wolfman would be the star of the movie, you know?
Yeah.
But in George's movie, it was just somebody in the background. You're like, oh my god, that could be the star of his own movie. You know, like that's the whole point of like why Star Wars is cool. You know,
because he made like a huge universe and then told a story inside of it.
Yeah, basically like painted a picture and then like told a story about it. You know, in every scene. You know, like That's like why the cantina scene is so awesome. You're like, oh my god, look at all the aliens. They all have home planets. They all have their own background. That's Rebo Rocksteady over there, and he is from the Calrissian system, and he, whatever. Just like repeating the same 6 names over and over.
See, that's pretty cool. It like definitely gives a lot of stuff you can do with it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, pretty much after the Attack the Clones era, nothing new has been made. Like, honestly, like, I think maybe in this episode there's a praying mantis that has never, or like an ant monster that's never been like explored. But other than that, like, everything in this season is like old, old stuff. That's
the other day. I for some reason saw like 5 minutes of one of the Star Wars prequels with Samuel L. Jackson, and he was playing a Jedi. I want to say it was Mace Windu. Is that right?
The M is silent. I'm just kidding. The first letter of every name is silent.
Ace Indu.
There we go.
And then they were like in a big circle ring with a bunch of things, and then like it looked like the Mandalorian drops down with his jetpack, and then Samuel L. Jackson kills him like instantly. Who is that dude?
Sounds like you need to watch those movies, sir.
I mean,
it's like a whole like, backstory to like what's going on here, I guess. Not really, but
like he died so quick though.
He had a jetpack malfunction. Which is hilarious because that's exactly what happens to Boba Fett. Like George said something once, and like I guess he really meant it. He was like, "It's Star Wars. It's like poetry. It rhymes a little." So like he made Boba Fett's jetpack like shit. Like I guess he had like some sort of like a weapon malfunction and a jetpack malfunction. And yeah, Mace Windu was like, "Sorry, bitch," fucking cut his head off.
Man, like, wait, so that's Boba Fett?
That's Jango Fett, Boba Fett's father.
Jango Fett is Boba Fett's father.
And Jango Fett is the guy who is used to clone an entire army.
Oh, that's right. He's the original stormtrooper, or the original clone trooper, or whatever.
He's the mold for the clones, yeah.
Oh. Wait, so Jango, the grandpa, and then Boba Fett's the son. Jango. And the Mandalorian's the grandkid, right?
Well, I don't think Mandalorian is part of that. Remember, if you remember back to that movie, Jango Fett took his helmet off, so they can't be related.
Well, unless they are a part of the other side of the Mandalorians that take their helmet
Spoiler
off.
Alert!
Oh, that's right. Whoops. Okay, anyways,
we'll get to that.
Yeah. Okay, so there's these pig monsters fighting in a ring.
Shielded combat. They either have shielded weapons or they're wearing shields. So it's kind of like, as soon as your shield goes down, that's it. You lost,
Oh, so they don't fight to the death?
No. Or they might have, like, stun weapons or something. That's something from Knights of the Old Republic. Again, there's a lot of things from this episode that come from Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, an old RPG game.
An old RPG game?
Yeah. Well, it's like 2005, 2006.
Wait, like an RPG like Skyrim or something?
Oh, Skyrim's its own thing. But
like an RPG where it's an open world and you're walking around?
I see the definition of RPG has been watered down over the years. You just have to play a role in a game.
Oh. Well, that's like every game then.
Well, besides Call of Duty, where your role is to shoot Nazis or whatever. You don't.
Okay. Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? Like
make a decision.
Yeah, that's literally the difference between an RPG and every other game.
Okay, I guess you make a decision. Sly Cooper was not an RPG because you don't make decisions. You just go.
It's a platformer because you jump on platforms over and over and over and over and over.
That's true. Okay. So the Mandalorian sits beside Abyssin, who remarks that this is no place for a child. The Mandalorian replies that the child goes wherever he goes, and that he has been questioned to bring him to his kind. Oh, he has been quested to bring him to his kind. Okay. So I forgot. The Mandalorian is trying to get Baby Yoda to the other Yodas.
I don't know. This is something we should have covered in the detailed season 1 recap.
Well, we covered everything there is possible in
possible.
that.
So I guess it's just a mystery. This was all off camera. If it did show up on the Wikipedia, it's not just literally doesn't exist.
No, but I don't even remember season one. Like they're trying. Hold on, let me back up. I don't remember him trying to get Baby Yoda to other Yodas. Like, how does he know there's other Yodas?
Well, Wheel. He was like, he doesn't seem synthetic. He seems too ugly. It's too ugly to be cloned. So he's like, you have to find. So it's basically Queel's like last request, like find his parents, please.
Wait,
You know,
who's
like
Quill? Who's Quill? Oh, the mustache guy.
Queel,
Yeah, Quill. That's right.
Squeal. No, Squeal.
I know the guy. Yeah, yeah.
And yeah,
Okay, so
I'm
Quill was
pretty
like,
sure.
get him to his parents. There's got
Or
to be
find
parents.
for someone something he forces. So yeah, he's basically trying to find either another force wielder or another foster family.
Yoda.
Like life is no life for a child. You know, that whole thing. That
Yeah.
common thread where you're like, maybe Yoda might turn into a beehole if he sees nothing but violence all his life.
Yeah, he might end up going to the dark side.
He doesn't even have like a moral leader, you know? He doesn't know anything. He's 50 years old and he can't even like tell red from blue, you know? Like
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
you might be colorblind. You're like, I don't see it. What's wrong? What's going on? I don't understand.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, unless the duality between the red and the blue lightsabers and all that blah blah blah.
Okay, so he is trying to get Baby Yoda to other Yodas. Okay.
He's trying to find other stuff in the meantime too. He's got too much shit on his plate, which is weird. He's like, I'm looking for Mandos and Yodas and Jedi and you know, a nice woman to settle down with. You know,
Are there
Don't you
any
learn?
Jedis still around?
Yes,
How do you know?
Yeah. because there's a TV show called Star Wars Rebels, and it talks about somebody's who turned to the dark side's apprentice disappearing just in time. Because she's super strong female, high in the force, can sense evil, and you know she got away from Order 66. Good for her.
Are you talking about Rey?
No, talking
From
about
Star
fucking
Wars?
Ahsoka Tano.
Oh, okay. So that's a character I've never heard of.
Yeah, she showed up in a deleted scene in the episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, and they took that deleted scene and made an entire cartoon series out of it where the quirky female Jedi is resistant to authority, blah blah blah, you know. So that she walks the line. She walks the line of the gray Jedi, which is not dark, not light. She can wield both, or that's the rumor.
Okay, so she's not like a good Jedi or a bad Jedi. So she will kill people, but
I
for good
think-
reasons.
I think so. I think that's the direction that they're trying to take that character.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't watched all of Rebels yet.
Okay, so the Mandalorian seeks Koresh's help in finding other Mandalorians who might help his mission bestowed to him by the armorer. Oh, so the armorer told him to find more Mandalorians, and
Yes,
Mustache
that's
Guy
right.
told him to find other Yodas.
Mustache guy.
Mustache Guy. Quill.
I think you're getting Billy D. Williams or what's his face, Carl Weathers mixed up with Queel.
No. Quill
You
has
know,
a
Carl
mustache.
Weathers, the pig guy, the mustache pig man. I don't think
No.
that's right.
I know who you're talking about. I got you. Carl Weathers. He plays Baby Yoda, right?
Exactly. My man.
Koresh replies that it is uncouth to talk business and tells him to enjoy his entertainment. The child squirms as one of the Gomorians knocks his opponent to the ground. Koresh urges the Gomorian to kill his opponent, but the latter dodges out of harm's way. Okay, so Koresh is a bad guy.
Why? Because he is Romanesque, where he's like, finish him. His
Yeah,
thumb down.
that's not cool. That's not cool anymore.
Not cool unless it's in a TV show. That's right.
I mean, this guy's obviously a bad guy.
Clearly.
When Koresh asks if the Mandalorian likes to gamble, the Mandalorian says he prefers to avoid gambling. Koresh replies that he bets on the information that he seeks that one of the Gomorians is going to die in the next minute and a half. Okay, so he's betting on the game. In return for the information, Koresh suggests that the Mandalorian trades his Beskar armor.
What kind of weird bets going on here?
Well, basically, he's like, give me information. And the bad guy's like, let's make a bet. If this guy dies in a minute 30, then I'll give you the info. And if not, you give me the armor.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember this. Yeah,
And Mandalorian says he's willing to pay, but he's not willing to leave it up to fate. Koresh replies, neither is he, before shooting one of the Gomorian, causing the spectators to flee as Koresh's associates come out with blasters aimed at the Mandalorian. So he made a bet saying the pig dude's going to die in a minute 30, and then he ended up just shooting him from the bleachers. So it was a straight up rig. So I told you he was a bad guy.
Great guy. Well, great guy.
Even the Romans wouldn't have done that.
Sir, have you seen Gladiator?
Maybe with Spartan guy.
With Joaquin Phoenix as the typical bad guy.
I've seen it, but I don't remember it. Long time ago.
He like stabs the guy before he goes out to fight. He's like, "All right, good luck. Bet against you." What a great guy. Trustworthy.
All right, Koresh mocks the Mandalorian for saving him the task of hunting Mandalorians to harvest their Beskar armor. So turns out Koresh has been hunting Beskar armor. He says that the Beskar's value continues to rise and that he has profited from it. At gunpoint, Koresh demands that the Mandalorian surrender his armor or die. Giving Koresh one more chance to avoid hostilities, the Mandalorian offers to spare his life if he tells him where he can find other Mandalorians. When Koresh retorts that the Mandalorian had earlier said he wasn't a gambler, the Mandalorian replies that he is not before activating his whistling bird.
His whistling bird
blinds. What is the whistling bird? Oh, the little grenade flashbangs?
No, it's the fucking heat-seeking nails that he uses.
Heat-seeking nails.
Well, if we would have talked about season 1 at all, we would have definitely brought up the whistling birds that the armor made for him. Like, multi-shot, heat-seeking missiles, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And
he only uses twice. But he ran out of them in the season 1, so I don't know how he re-upped on whistling birds.
So yeah, whistling birds. I remember that. He must have just made some more, bought some more or something.
No, they seem to be exclusive Mandalorian weapons. So
that's true.
You would assume that he may have picked more up at the armor, but
But the armor is gone.
I hate grasping at straws. Yeah, well, yeah. You don't know that. She could have killed all those stormtroopers. You got out.
Oh.
She could be alive.
Maybe. Okay.
You're going to hit me with maybe.
Okay. After the Mandalorian pushes the child away, he begins to fight with Koresh's thugs. The surviving Gomorian fighter lunges at the Mandalorian, but misses and crashes on a wooden bench. So it's like straight up WWF stuff going on.
Look at the fat man fall. Yes.
The Dark Twi'lek and as Zabrak man. Okay, so this is a whole alien. Twi'lek and Zabrak.
Twi'leks are the stripper dancers in Jabba's palace, and Zabraks are Darth Mauls.
What?
See, they haven't invented anything yet.
Zabraks are Darth Mauls? What?
Yeah, they're the horned people.
I didn't know Darth Maul had a race. I thought he was like a one of a kind.
Like a Yoda?
Yeah.
No. No, there is a whole cartoon series about how Darth Maul got scooped up as a baby and trained for the dark side. Yeah.
See, that's very cool. I didn't know. I thought he was like a freak of nature. Like, is his skin black and red, or is that paint?
It might be paint. It might be tattoos. It might be force corruption. It could be.
Well, are other Zabraks weirdly colored skin?
Only the ones that are like trained to be assassins.
Whoa.
Like he's got a brother that has yellow and black skin, but then like it could be a guy working at a fucking
car mechanic
on a ship that just has like white skin.
Okay.
Yeah,
It sounds like it's like
exactly.
war paint or something.
Or corruption.
Yeah,
Or it might be, races within races.
that's true because it is a
Who
super
knows?
cool. I remember Darth Maul is like he looks probably the coolest looking character.
What's better than one red lightsaber, two?
Actually, he has one. It's just double sided. Gotcha.
Yeah. The bow staff, too. That's what, like, usually in the bow staff, you like bounce it off your body to get like leverage and shit, but like physically incapable of doing that. So I'm like,
Okay, wait a
but
minute. So there's Zabraks and then there's Dathomirians. So Darth Maul is actually
Zabraks
what?
are from Dathomir.
Well, Darth Maul is
Dathomir is
Dath.
the planet. Zabrak is the race.
Oh, okay. So it's like Earthling and then.
We're not Earthlings, all right? We're humans.
Oh, okay. The subspecies or whatever is Zabrak. Okay.
No, the species is Zabrak.
What is Dathomirian?
The planet is Dathomir. Earth, humans, Zabrak, Dathomirians, or
Okay,
whatever.
I got
You mean
you.
what I
It's
know?
Dathomir and then Zabrak. Yeah. Okay, I get it now. Okay.
Dathomir is a place, and Zabrak
Zabrak is like
people.
European. Dathomir is like Earth. Okay.
I think Zabraks are like humans, and there's also other things on Dathomir, like dogs and
Oh,
cats.
so Zabraks are humans, and then
Tigers.
there's another. I wonder if Darth Maul is a sub Zabrak.
I'm thinking yellow Zabraks are like Europeans, and black Zabraks are Canadians, and
Okay, I get it now. Super confusing.
us here in South Carolina, we don't
Yeah,
judge
we're all
people.
South Carolinians here. Yeah. All right. So let's see. The Mandalorian shoots a wire from his wrist to catch him in a snare. The Mandalorian throws a wire over a pole, forcing Koresh to hang by his feet. While hanging, Koresh pleads for mercy, offering to sell the whereabouts of another Mandalorian in return for his life. Mando responds that Koresh will not die by his hand before getting to business. When he said that, I knew immediately because that's
yeah.
the way he said it was just
we all saw the dog.
yeah.
Or
We
whatever.
saw the dogs, and the way he said it, it was like basic lawyer stuff where he said something so specific.
Yeah, exactly. Well, technically, I said
Not by my hand.
legalese.
I killed you with my feet. Just like that.
Yes. The lack of light. I killed the light. Is that a crime? Shooting a light? Can you send me a fine in the mail, please?
I will replace the light bulb. That's all the harm I did.
Yes, I'm sorry for the property damage. Please forgive me.
Koresh tells Mando about another Mandalorian that is rumored to live on a Mos Pelgo on the planet Tatooine. Status. Yeah.
That's one of the 5 planets
Yeah,
that we know about.
Tatooine. That one I rang a bell. What? I don't know anything about it, but is that the sand planet?
We went there in the first season. We talked about it
Oh, that's right.
in the
When we
first
went
season.
to
With the robots that he doesn't trust.
Tatooine. That's right. The planet. Oh, it's a desert planet.
Yes,
Okay.
with the
It
assassin.
was the home world of.
Oh my fucking god! You are serious? You're dead serious right now?
So sorry. I'm super sorry right now. I'm so sorry.
It's the one significant planet. Actually, it's supposed to be a backwater planet, but they've made it into like a centerpiece.
Okay, yeah, it's the home world of Anakin and Luke Skywalker. See, I knew that from memory.
Of course.
Initially
Of course
inhabited
it
by
is.
Jawa and Tuscan Raider species. Yeah, okay, so this is just a big desert planet where a bunch of stuff happens. Okay.
All the time. Okay, listen. Their excuse for like there only being like 9 planets in this giant galaxy is hyperspace lanes.
What does that mean?
That's the hand wave. Well, apparently there's a bunch of, hyperspace bullshit out there, like rocks in the way. So they're like, okay, it's like basically like traveling down the highway, and you're like, man, if I go down this dirt road, it's just going to take me 100 more hours to get into town. So I'm just going to stay on the highway. So Tatooine is a exit on the highway.
But in real life, I'm sure they just had only like so many different environments to film in or something. And
no, well, George Lucas only filmed in on 7 or 8 planets. They're like, we got fucking Naboo, we got fucking Tatooine, we got fucking Hoth, we got fucking Alderaan, which got exploded. We got Corellia, which is like only mentioned.
Which one is the Yoda planet? The swamp.
Dagobah. And that's one of the dirt. Okay, listen, I think I cut off when I was talking about it. Dagoba's taking a dirt road down to go to another city. Dagoba's like off the highway, but
So what? There's like 7 main planets.
unfortunately, Tatooine is like off of the main highway. It's like pulling over in Minneapolis.
Okay.
Like I'm already leaving the state, so I might as well pull over to Minneapolis, get a drink, fill up my car, do repairs if I need to, and then I'm driving on down to South
Okay. Well,
Carolina.
what
Going home.
exactly? What's the main planet?
Coruscant, but apparently they swapped it. I haven't been paying attention to, but the main planet was Coruscant, but apparently
What
Disney
happened on
changed it.
Coruscant? Is that the one where the
What do you mean?
Jedi's sat? The big Jedi?
Yeah, everything happened on
That's the
Coruscant.
big with all the
Yeah.
flying cars.
Eh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The flying cars, the death sticks, the nightclubs, the Senate.
Yeah. Okay.
That's like the four-way cross on the
Yeah, that's
highway,
where like the Starbucks is, and it's across the street from like the McDonald's, and then it's next to the good gas station. It's where like you go.
No, I'm saying like two highways intersect in a city.
Yeah, I know. It's where all the
You
good
know?
restaurants are, and like
Two
the
main-
stuff you actually want, not like Burger King.
Oh, it's where everybody is like basically forced to go because that's where the jobs are.
Yeah.
Like a big ass,
Okay, I get you. All right.
city stuff.
Okay, so Tatooine. Satisfied with the information, Mando leaves Koresh hanging and begins to walk away with the child. After getting away from the light pole, Mando shoots out the light, and the red-eyed creatures begin to swarm towards Koresh. Koresh screams as the animals descend upon him. Mando and the child leave.
Does the baby see the guy get ripped apart? That's the important.
Probably not. I mean, maybe. Wouldn't surprise me.
He is mischievous. He's always
He's
peeking.
very mischievous.
He's always looking. I don't like it.
All right, next up, Hangar 3-5. Mando travels on the Razor Crest to Tatooine. As the ship descends into Tatooine's atmosphere, it flies over several hills and a Tuscan Raider riding on his Bantha steed. Okay, so Tuscan Raiders are the people with the weird sounding language, and they have like a mask. Okay.
Yes.
Mando lands the Razor Crest at Pelimato's Hangar Bay in Mos Eisley. Unlike his previous trip, Mando allows the 3 DUM-series pit droids to service his ship. Adding that the crest needs a good one-over, Peli remarks that he likes droids now before allowing them to work on the Razor Crest. She remarks that a lot has changed since Mando was last on Mos Eisley.
Yeah, he likes.
What exactly
droids
makes him
now.
like droids now?
IG.
Oh, it's the murder bot.
The good murder bot that murdered
Yeah,
bad people.
the murder bot.
Like a nice guy.
You
Nice
know what
guy
I've
murder
noticed
bot.
in this show is there's a ton of murder in this show. Like, mostly stormtroopers.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stormtrooper death.
You're showing your lack of experience, sir.
Well, I just feel like,
It's
I don't know. It's interesting.
that's the core tenet of the damn series. Stormtroopers can't shoot straight. They made the meta joke, okay? They already fucking you weren't supposed to say it out loud, okay? But stormtroopers kind of suck. They kind of always sucked,
Okay.
And I think them taking their helmet off might help.
Yeah, like they must not be able to see or something. Anything.
That's got to be it. Well, okay, in the first movie, they couldn't see it at all. So, like, there's one scene that slipped into the movie where somebody like bonks their head.
Oh, I've seen
the
that
door.
YouTube clip. They're like it's one of those vertical rising doors or whatever, and then like he just goes bam, and it's back on the.
The dude's just way too tall, and he just smacks his head into it. So they're like, "Oh my god, that's hilarious! Now we're gonna have to have Jango Fett do it, and that's a trait that he passed down to his clones. And now Boba Fett's pretty clumsy, and like." Like they literally wrote clumsiness into these guys. So like, why?
That's super funny.
Because one time a guy bumped his head and it made it into the final cut. There's gonna be a lot of that going on.
Okay, Peli is also delighted to see the child, saying that she had been worried about him and quips that she wishes she could have more of the child's kind. after the pit droids tangle with the coil.
No, what did she say? If he ever divides
Oh,
buds, let her
that's so funny. If you ever divide her bud, like, I mean, I'm not like a Yoda expert, but
like she was proving that she wasn't either. No, nobody knows except for Queel. He was like, he doesn't seem like a clone. He's too ugly.
too ugly, harsh.
I was like, he's
Yeah, look at those
adorable,
big eyes.
but he's not perfect, which is his point. Like, if somebody's gonna clone something, they're gonna go to the nines.
Man, how much of a confidence boost would that be? To be, who is it, Jango Fett or Boba Fett, whichever one is the clone, the one they made an army of clones from? That'd be
Jango.
A confidence boost.
We're like, hey, well, it was just a job for him, and unfortunately, he is dead in the second movie. So
sad. Peli warns her droids to be careful since the Mandalorian distrusts droids and warns them not to give their kind a bad name. Mandalorian explains that he is here on business and needs her help. Peli offers to look after the child while he goes adventuring. Mando responds that he is on a quest to bring the child back to his kind. Okay, so he's on a quest.
I'm not actually starting to think it was that Laura Dune or whatever. I suggested it.
Oh, the mercenary chick?
Laura Dude. Luna
Yeah.
Dog. Loon Dog.
Maybe.
Whatever her name
I
is.
don't know. I feel like it was a mustache guy, though. Because he died, and I feel like he was saying something to him.
I'm going to have to look up a picture of Queel. I don't think he has a mustache.
Queel. Mandalorian. Oh.
Queel.
He kind of does not have a mustache. No mustache.
he has mutton chops.
Mutton chops. That's what it was.
Gray mutton chops. What a sweetheart.
All right, mutton chops. That's okay. I'm gonna log that in. Okay.
You know, mustache chops. Wheel.
Okay.
Right.
Mando explains that the Mandalorian armor has sent him to seek one of his own kind. If he can locate one of his, he can chart a path through the network of coverts. Peli says that he is the only Mandalorian that she has seen in years. While the droids work on the Razor Quest, Mando asks Motto about Mos Pelgo, a city lost to time and from all maps. Oh yeah, so they were looking at the planet and it was like, this area was Mos Pelgo.
Bro, have you looked up the Wikipedia for Queel?
No.
There's a lady that plays Queel in the movie or in the show.
Really? Yeah. Portrayed by Misty Roses. Wow.
I was like, I thought Nick Nolte did the voice and the face, but this lady is doing the face. I was like, what?
Wow, that's pretty. I mean, I guess you can't tell no matter what. The whole alien costume.
Can you make her look like Nick Nolte? She is under quite a lot of makeup.
Wow. Well, that's pretty cool.
Plus, Queel was like fucking tiny, so I don't know if she was like crawling around on her knees or something, like walking through a trench. Force perspective.
That's pretty cool. And he's voiced by Nick Nolte.
Hey, you know your boy Nick Nolte. You know
he's in Tropic Thunder. You know, what? That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question is, what did he play in Tropic Thunder?
Don't know. Exit it out. All right.
Don't worry, I'll find it.
Thanks.
I will find it.
After calling over R5 series astromech droid R5-D4 to project a hologram of Tatooine, Motto shows where on the map it should be before the war, explaining that Mos Pelgo used to be an old mining settlement.
Okay, so Nick Nolte plays the fake veteran in Tropic Thunder. It was like the fake claw in his hand.
Yeah. Man, that's a funny movie. That's one of my favorite comedies for sure.
It is a thing of beauty.
So
like how does one do blackface with a honest, clear conscience?
Yeah,
they do it.
Oh man,
they somehow do it. This is probably the only like good blackface.
That's the only the only one that's not hard to watch.
Well. What's his name? Lazarus something.
Robert Downey Jr.
Kirk Lazarus.
What is Kirk Lazarus?
What's his Robert Downey Jr.'s character is Kirk Lazarus.
Oh.
He's playing like the gay fucking monk or whatever. the last temptation or
Oh
something.
man.
What did
All right.
Yeah, he's like parodying films like Brokeback Mountain and Robert Downey Jr.'s own scene with Tobey Maguire in Wonder Boys. Yeah. Toby and Robert Downey Jr. in that monster, fucking priceless. Hilarious.
Man, that's
All right, so this outpost that's been lost to time, Raiders, terrible business at Raiders.
so. Wait, is this outpost where the Tuscan Raiders are chilling?
No, this is where the Marshals.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so Mando begins his journey towards the forgotten city of Mos Pelgo on a Zephyr J speeder bike after Mado informs him that anyone would spot his ship from far away. Along the journey, he encounters Tuscan Raiders and sits around a fire with them. Continuing his journey, Mando travels through the rocky passes into a flat desert plain. Eventually, Mando finds the city and slowly rides along the main drag of shacks until he spots the small town's cantina.
That's kind of cool, dude. Like that, he's like wandering around the desert, finding like Tuscan Raider settlements and like camping with them.
Yeah, that's very cool because from everything I've known so far about Tuscan Raiders was they're like kill on sight type people.
They're assholes.
But then he's like, hold up.
What?
I speak Tuscan.
He knows how to trade with them.
Yeah, and they talk with their hands.
It's kind of like, what is that? Like, I don't know if you ever seen those documentaries where they like go out into the desert and like camp and stuff. Like these, like I don't know,
No.
Saudi Arabian people. They're like basically just like, all right, well, we're just gonna drive our $1 million fucking Lamborghini out into the desert and set up tents and camp. Like, you don't see the common folk out in the desert camping, but
Yeah.
or at least you don't get those people don't get filmed, but I guess that's kind of what they used to do. You know, that's how they lived in the desert. It's like these badass like tent gatherings. You know,
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'd like to do that. It's kind of freaky being out in the middle of nowhere like that.
Get some desert spiders running up on you.
Oh man, those camel spiders.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah.
Tuscan Raiders coming at you.
Tell me about it. Do you know anything about those suits, my dude? You know what those are?
What, the Tuscan Raider suits? Okay,
Yeah.
Here's my guess. The desert is sandy, so they have masks to filter the sand out of the air. Is that right?
Well, that's pretty much it. Yeah. But also the desert is not just sandy, but hot.
Hot. I said hot.
And
I said hot. Oh, and cold.
hot and sandy. Sometimes hot and cold, yes and no, in you're out, up and in you're down.
Cactus.
All right.
Cactus. Tumbleweeds.
I think it's a still suit.
What is that?
I think it's also used. It's used mostly in like hot environments. Whenever you're sweating your ass off, it kind of like insulates the sweat to keep your body cool and kind of like sucks the sweat off your body and then like repurposes it into drinkable water.
What?
So it's like you never like your sweat never evaporates off your body. It like gets recycled. This is like a concept from Dune.
It's called a still suit?
Yeah.
I typed it in and it said Dune, 1984, the Dune movie.
Well, the same things in Subnautica. You get a still suit, and basically every time you like piss, you get a bottle of water.
Oh, yep. That's exactly what it says. Oh, yeah, Subnautica. That's a great game. I love that game.
Yeah.
Still suit. That's right.
So
the
they're probably people, but they're in still suits.
Oh,
That's my
have we ever seen?
Really
We've never seen one without a mask.
I think the last. It's just like Dune, where they're just like, why would we ever take the mask off? We're losing precious water. You know, it's a fucking water planet. I mean, a desert planet. Like, water is more valuable than fucking gold or currency or bullets or whatever. Like, water is the prime resource in the desert.
Tuscan Raider without mask.
So, you're gonna see a comic book of a guy with a weird cheetah face.
That's exactly what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, I think I've seen that picture.
Yeah, it's basically a human with black eyes and a pig nose.
Yeah, and like spots all over his face.
Yeah, he's got like spots on him. Yeah, that's very interesting. But is that comic canon or?
No, nothing's canon unless it shows up in the Mandalorian. That's literally the entire purpose of this show. Is to be like, okay, we need to canonize all the shit from the comic books and the games. Hurry, you know, like that's literally all. That's why people think the show is intellectually bankrupt.
What do you mean?
All you see is shit that you've seen before. They're not introducing new ideas. They're rehashing and canonizing stuff at a rapid rate. But for the most part, they're only using stuff from the movies, which are canon.
Well,
They're like, Gomorians, we seen that. Lightsabers, like, like, Mon Calamari, that's the planet. Like,
yeah, perhaps. But I don't think it
be...
would cost very much money to make a new story. The show is already super expensive.
Or a new creature, you mean?
Or yeah, a new creature, yeah.
Because they can make a story out of everything, using the existing Legos. But their thing is they're like, we're going back to the practical effects used in the original movies, and we're redoing them, modernizing them. So like, they're basically like just trying to rehash everything, set a baseline, and I don't know. Maybe they'll add a race of all women's warriors that cut penises off, and that'll be the next season.
Pretty sure I've seen that movie.
The penis lopping guild of Amazonia.
Yep.
Add a quarter for every time. Just keep chopping. Just keep chopping. Just keep.
All right. Okay. Mandalorian dismounts his speeder, leaves the child inside his pack, heading into a small establishment. Looking around at the empty interior, Mando inquires with the Weequay bartender. Weequay. Oh yeah.
Weequay.
Super ugly dudes. Yeah, that's right.
Ugly dudes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that was a bounty hunter that showed up. One of the 9 bounty hunters that was in The Empire Strikes Back.
Well, that's cool.
So, not a new character, but still cool.
The child sneaks into the bar behind him. The bartender asks about a description. All right. The child sneaks into the bar behind him. The bartender asks about a description for who he is looking for. Mando simply states that he would look like him. The Weequay tilts his head back in recognition and asks if he means the Marshal. Mando turns to see the Marshal.
You mean the Marshal?
Yeah, the Marshal in the doorway, casting his shadow along the floor. So here's the Marshal. He's wearing Mandalorian armor.
And anybody who knows anything knows exactly whose armor that is.
Well, I didn't know.
Like, it's Boba Fett.
I didn't know until somebody else said something. And then I was like, I think it was probably you, actually. But how do you know it's Boba Fett's armor? Like, what do you even...
All right, look at fucking Google Boba Fett's armor, and it's literally the identical armor.
It has the
same patterns,
flag.
same fucking scars, everything, dude. Every fucking everything. It's unbelievably obvious.
It has the rocket, it has the flag. Okay.
It has the dent in the helmet.
Oh.
It has everything.
So does the Mandalorian know that that's Boba Fett's armor? Does Mandalorian even know who Boba Fett is?
I don't think so.
So wait, Boba Fett is the clone of Jango Fett.
Mm-hmm.
Or Boba Fett is the kid of Jango Fett, right?
He's the advanced clone of... See, look, they not only paid Jango for his DNA, but he also asked for a advanced clone that aged normally of himself. I'm gonna raise myself as my own child. So I don't know. That's why people are like, "Oh my god, I bet he's so badass." Boba Fett, he's been raised as a mercenary since he was 8. Or all this shit, but like, actually, his dad died when he was 8. So like, literally, how does anybody know what he knows?
Yeah, he could have been raised by Tuscan Raiders for all we know.
Ooh.
Spoiler.
Except he was left on Camino, I think.
Yeah,
no, wait.
Where the Tuscan Raiders
on
are.
Geonosis.
Anyways. All right. I guess we'll find out because, well, he was in this episode and then he's not in like the next couple ones at all.
I don't know. Did Jin Djarin come back to Tatooine?
Who's that? His name is Mando, okay? His birth name is Mando, okay?
Mando Manrizian.
Mando the Mandalorian. That's his first, middle, and last name.
Mando El Mandalorian. All right, well, whatever you say.
Okay, the man wears a set of Mandalorian armor, but does so callously, with chestplate and arm gauntlets standing out from the normal undergarments. Mando informs who he believes to be the Mandalorian that he's been searching for many parsecs and is excited to talk to him, ordering 2 shots of spatchka.
It did not say fucking parsecs in there. Are you fucking serious right now?
Yeah, it did. It said that he's been searching for him for many parsecs and is excited to talk to him. A parsec is a distance
Oh god.
equivalent to
That's
19 trillion miles, 3 light years. What?
They're leaning into the meme, bro.
What are you talking about?
What did you just say a parsec was?
3 light years.
All right, what is that a measure of?
Distance.
All right. Does saying that he's been searching for him for an amount of distance.
Oh, for many parsecs.
For many light years. I've been looking for you for many light years.
Oh, so he's saying it like it's a time or something.
That's what fucking Han Solo did. Because George Lucas didn't know what a fucking parsec was. So he was like, yeah, I'm the one who made the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. And everyone's like,
I just typed in Han Solo parsec and Kessel Run pops up. I don't even know.
I'm telling you, these are real things. I'm like, I'm not making it up. So I am the fount of knowledge as far as this.
The Kessel Run was an 18 parsec route used by smugglers. So it's a route, and he said that he made it in 3 parsecs. Oh, made it in 12 parsecs. Okay.
But it was originally like said like time. He's like, I beat the land speed record in fucking the Corellian Run.
Okay.
Which is basically what he was trying to say, but then everybody is so nice to George Lucas. They're like, what he really meant to say was he altered space-time to show up no. Like they're stretching.
Yeah.
All this, it wasn't actually 18 parsec run. That's all headcanon made by, I don't know, maybe a cartoon has it in there.
Okay, so that's kind of funny.
Never explained. They're just leaning into the meme now, dude. Like with the fucking the fourth wall breaking stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Like, you can't hit that can, and then they look straight into the camera and a wink.
Oh man. Okay. Yep, that's pretty funny.
They're turning into meme edgelords.
Okay, so the Marshal removes his helmet. Then he states that he's never met a real Mandalorian, citing stories about their notorious ability to kill. He admits that he expects Mando to be upset about him wearing the traditional armor of Mandalorians, and announces that he believed the duel would ensue until he saw the child. He then reveals his name to be Cobb Vanth, the protector and Marshal of Mos Pelgo, upon Mando's request. So here we meet the Marshal.
And he's from a book. I think it's from Aftermath.
Really?
Yeah.
What book? What book? Oh, Aftermath is the name of the book?
Yeah. That is, in fact, the
Man,
name.
it's insane how much material there is for Star Wars.
Oh, you open up a giant universe with a few rules, and people like to take it for a run.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, ooh, space wizards. Yes, don't mind if I do. You know, like the space wizards fought with the you know the guys from the thing,
Space
the guy in the back of the
wizards.
bar, those things, the giant cricket. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
the Galaxy. We're gonna call it the Galaxy. Talking about giant bugs now, sir. Keep up.
Yes, bugs from Star Trek.
Space wizards can't fight each other. That's immoral. So they got to murder whole villages of bugs.
Yeah, it's like
right?
Pokemon.
Bugs don't have feelings.
It's like Pokemon trainers.
It's like Starship
can't
Troopers
fight each other.
A good bug's a dead bug. It's like Starship Troopers.
Oh, that's an underrated movie.
Tis.
Okay.
People didn't understand that it was a fucking comedy. Really.
Yeah, it's I didn't understand that until I watched it like maybe a couple years back. But I saw it when I was a kid and I was just like, it's an action movie, okay.
With lots and lots of co-ed showers. Lots and lots and lots of co-ed showering.
Yeah.
Sir, you tell me you don't remember that?
Oh, I recall the scene. Yes.
Your girlfriend's out of town, so you might want to refresh on that
movie. Oh man!
Oh, you have the opportunity.
Man, that is so funny.
Watch it on slow mo repeat. What chapter is the shower scene?
It's from 26 minutes and 13 seconds in to 28 minutes and 40 seconds in.
Yeah, that would be so fucking legit if they there's the start of a chapter. They're like, shower. I'm like, all right. This part of the DVD is worn down.
The laser has burned through the DVD
here. Yeah, for real. Great movie. Great movie.
It is a good movie. It's good. When Mandalorian asks how he got the armor, Vance tells him that he bought it off some Jawas. Mando demands that he hand over the armor. Vance replies that he understands that Mando calls the shots where he comes from, but he calls the shots around here.
Woo woo.
When Mando demands that he take it off, Vance asks if he's going to do it in front of the kid. Mando replies that the child has seen worse. He just saw a dude got eaten by 5 dogs earlier, so
not just 5 dogs, but an entire fucking like alleyway full of dogs.
Like a baker's dozen.
Minimum. as much flesh was possible to be bitten. That's what happened.
Mando replies that the child has seen worse. The two men agree to settle their dispute within the cantina. Before the two men can fight, they hear rumbling outside.
Wah, wah, wah.
Walking outside, they hear klaxons ringing. Klaxons? What is that, like a security system?
Dog, you don't know what the fuck a klaxon is? It's like a Twi'lek, except much. I don't know. I think they're alarms or something.
Is it like a Star Wars specific thing? Oh no, it's just a horn in real life. Weird. Okay.
What kind of mythical space creature is a klaxon? Oh, it's a horn.
Yeah, I was thinking, what race of alien is that ringing outside?
No, singing. Yeah, those are the trumpet people from Trumpeton. from the trumpet cluster.
The race is trumpet. The planet is Trumpetian.
Trumpetites. Oh god.
Okay. A pair of scurriers scurry away while a bantha grunts. The sentence literally says, a pair of scurriers scurry away while a bantha grunts.
So you don't know that Luke Skywalker used to shoot these scurriers with his T-16 back then?
Oh, hold on. I know this line. It's Womp Rats.
There we go.
Oh, dude, I pulled that one from far back. Womp Rats.
There we go.
Okay. Anyways. The creature, a greater crate dragon, devours a bantha that has been drinking water from a trough nearby. So the creature is a greater crate dragon. What's the difference between a crate dragon and a greater crate dragon?
4 more legs and much bigger.
Legs?
Imagine. It ain't a worm.
But it definitely looks like a worm, though.
Yeah, well, you ever see the Loch Ness Monster?
Yes. Oh.
Would you say that's a worm when it comes out of the water?
No, I guess not.
Would you say that it has half of its body or more under the water? Basically, Loch Ness Monster is sand, if you want to get real technical. But in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, where we learn everything that's being used in the show, except, the Sandcrawler, they apparently exist everywhere. The Krayt Dragon's an actual dragon. Looks like a Komodo dragon. But I don't know. I don't know if it's a lesser or something.
So anyways, the Loch Ness Monster, okay, that makes sense. I just see it's hard for me to visualize something swimming in the sand, like how sand is not like water, but it treats sand like water.
Well, it's much, much stronger than anything you could probably imagine. Like swimming through fucking rocks. It fucking swam through a mountain, okay? Like,
yeah,
God, dog it. I don't know what
it treats solid rock like liquid.
I would like to think it swam around, because it did take a second. It did take a second to come out the top, so I think it swam under and around something. I'm not a geologist.
Popped and then climbed on the top of the mountain? On the outside?
Maybe there was a cave on the backside that he created. Maybe that whole fucking area is just like Swiss cheese.
That's a good point.
It's hard to tell, but he was just definitely doing his thing. Let's get to the fight scene.
All right.
Let's get to it.
Vance explains that he has used the set of Mandalorian armor to protect the town from the bandits and sand people, but that the Krayt Dragon is too much for him to take on alone. He offers to give the armor to the Mando in return for helping him kill the monster. Mando accepts and proposes using the Razor Crest to blow the Krayt Dragon out of the sky using the bantha as bait. Vance warns this plan won't work because the Krayt Dragon senses the vibrations created by starships and can hide underground. Vance offers to lead Mando to where the Krayt Dragon lives, which he says is not far.
Doesn't that sound oddly
Nope.
familiar? You just said like earlier, like you can't take the ship. They'll see your ship coming from miles away.
I guess because the ship is just overpowering, so they need a reason to not just use the ship.
So he left the ship in Mos Eisley, and she was like, "You don't want to take that ship out in the desert. They'll see you coming." I don't know if it's the fucking Tuscan Raiders or the Mandalorian or something. Or
I don't know. The two traveled,
but I think he offered to go back to Mos Eisley to pick his ship.
Oh yeah, he was probably like, "I got a big ship. We can just." It's probably.
Yeah, boom, 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 done. I'm like, it lives under the ground. Sir.
Do you know how bullets work?
Like a graboid.
Graboid.
Oh, laser, sir.
A graboid. First, we need to get Kevin Bacon in here.
I've watched all of those.
I've not seen all of them, but I just watched the Arctic one.
Have you seen the one where they rename like the third evolution stage?
Yeah, the ass blasters.
The ass blasters. Yes, I was like, they're really leaning into the meme here. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's quintessential early 2000s right there. It's called me ass blasters. Call it the Tokyo Sand Blaster.
Those are crazy.
Right, yes, sir. So these fucking
traveled to the Krayt Dragon's lair with Mando riding the Zephyr J speeder bike, and Vanth riding a contraption made from a modified pod racer engine. While riding through the dunes, Vanth explains that Mos Pelgo was on its last legs shortly after they got news about the second Death Star's destruction. While residents had cheered the Battle of Endor and the withdrawal of Imperial forces from Tatooine, their celebration was short-lived because the mining collective took advantage of the power vacuum to invade Mos Pelgo and turn it into a slave camp overnight.
There's a mining
cartel
remember?
Like as soon as they were free from the bad guys, the Death Star bad guys, the mining company like took over everything and enslaved everybody and started killing everybody.
I forgot about the flashback, dude. It's been like
it was like 5 weeks ago. Yeah, and then he found the armor from the Jawas, came back, and then he kills the mining people, and they run away. And then he used the rocket on his back, killed him.
Oh yeah, he stole those Galaxy crystals or whatever. Yeah. Currency. Yeah, the space currency.
Mando and Vanth travel to the canyon where they encounter a pack of massives. Mando speaks to the beasts in Tuscan, causing the beasts to act friendly towards them. Oh, this is the dog part where there's like wild dogs come up and
are they called mastiffs? Really?
Massiff.
Wow.
Massive. Yeah, it's just a big old dog thing.
Because there are dogs called mastiffs.
I know, it's probably just play on words.
Star Wars play on words.
Yeah. They sit by a campfire with the Tuscans. The Tuscan Chieftain offers Vanth a drink from a black melon. Vanth is reluctant to drink it, but Mando explains not wise to offend their hosts. The Tuscan chief is aware that Vanth has killed several members of his clan during a raid on Mos Pelgo. Vanth and the Tuscan Chieftain argue, but Mando silences the argument by firing a flamethrower, which is the best way to stop an argument.
Whoa, boys.
Yeah, hold
this
up.
Can be you. Don't think anything silly. Shut the dumbass up.
He tells the Tuscan Chieftain and Vanth that if they are to fight among themselves, the monster will kill them. Mando turns his attention to the killing of the Krayt Dragon. The following day, the group of them confront the Krayt Dragon. While they watch from a cliff, a lone Tuscan and his steed ride into a large cave, which one of the Tuscans explains is home to the Krayt Dragon. Translating, the Mando explains that the Krayt Dragon lives in the abandoned Sarlacc pit. Okay, Sarlacc pit. Is that something from something? Because I feel like I've heard of Sarlacc pit.
Very significant.
What am I missing about Sarlacc pit? Because I have heard that.
It's Jabba the Fett's chosen style of execution.
This is a moment. It's Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Fett. I did say Jabba the Fett. I did it.
I got you.
Playback. I swear, you're gonna be recording. You're gonna be editing this.
I'm gonna turn the volume way up on that part.
The gain. Jabba the Hutt. I
Yeah.
swear, I fucking.
I know everything there is to know about Star Trek.
I don't
Okay.
make mistakes.
Uh,
Oh
uh,
yeah, his phaser's set
he is.
to destructor.
Anywho.
All right. So, Sarlacc pits are Jabba the Fett's chosen.
Method of killing people?
Yes. So, the whole gang was there, even Boba Fett. They're trying to kill Han Solo. Blah blah blah. So that's where our
Is that
boy
the
Boba
pit
ended
that
up.
is that the pit where there's like a bunch of
Mhm.
garbage and then there's like a weird snake thing swimming around down in there?
I don't know what the fuck you're
Yeah,
talking
it was
about
like Han
garbage
Solo.
for.
I want to say it was Luke and Princess Leia. They fall down in this pit.
You're talking about the
That's not
trash
the Sarlacc
compactor,
pit.
bro. No,
Oh.
that's a trash
Well, never mind
compactor.
then.
You remember when the walls came in? Like it was compacting the
No, I just
trash?
remember there was like a snake and it was freaky.
Yeah, it was an eyeball, and it disappeared right as soon as the trash
Oh.
started becoming compacted.
Okay. Well, anyways, peering below with his micro.
So, do you know the significance of a
Well,
Sarlacc
he
pit now,
said
since I
Jabba the
told you?
Hutt uses that to kill people. That's all I know.
Well,
Okay.
allow me to explain further. The significance. See, the significance of a Sarlacc pit is not only is that the execution style that Jabba likes, but that's also where Boba Fett
Well,
ended
what
up.
do you mean? Like he died there? Oh.
He
Okay, so that's
Han Solo was like, Boba Fett, and he's like fucking half blind, and he stands up really fast and hits Boba Fett in the
whoa.
jetpack.
So you're saying that's why Boba Fett is here, because this is where he ended up.
Exactly.
Jabba the Hutt threw him in a pit.
Exactly.
He survived, but he stayed on the planet.
And then a crate dragon ate the asshole out of the Sarlacc and left a hole where
Hold
Boba
up,
Fett
is a Sarlacc
stumbled
an
out.
animal?
A Sarlacc is not a place, but
Whoa.
an animal.
So the pit, oh, it's the thing with all the teeth.
It actually doesn't have.
So it's actually an animal that's like has his mouth sticking up out of the sand.
only when George Lucas wants to change it. It was originally just a butthole in the sand.
What do you mean? Oh, like the CGI changed it?
But then, yeah, he changed everything in the 90s. He's like, oh, I just invented CGI. So he like adds CGI to.
Oh, I'm looking
every
at the
other scene.
difference. Okay. Yeah, it looks better with the beak. Yeah. I like the beak part.
Each their own.
Whoa. There's also
I prefer the mysterious butthole.
There's also a cross section of a Sarlacc, and it's a huge monster. Yeah, it's got like arms and legs and has like 3 stomachs or something and like a tail. Wow.
Yeah, it's like a big ass thing,
Wow.
just like the crate dragon. So there's 2 animals on this planet that swim under the sand.
Yeah.
Just like Dune.
Yeah.
Dune had giant worms.
There's a lot of sand swimming going on. That's crazy.
So a whole lot of sand swimming.
All right.
So Sarlacc is the final resting place of Boba Fett.
But
as far as
okay, but he didn't die though.
Up to this point.
He's still walking around. Okay.
Up to this point, yeah.
After tying the bantha bantha to a stake, the Tuscan Raider calls out to the crate dragon before running away. This part made me laugh out loud hard because the the Tuscan Raider is running away and the crate dragon's going towards this big bantha and then it turns and then it eats the Tuscan.
Yeah, that dude was like running like fucking full blast, like Usain Bolt. Like he's like,
but it was so slow.
You ever heard that Usain Bolt's quote? You ever heard that like famous Usain Bolt quote? He's like, Usain Bolt, why do you run so fast? He's like, it's simple. I pretend all these runners are giant spiders, and I get scared.
Is that really a real quote?
I think so. I don't know. I might have been memed, but I was like, that seems legit. And there's dogs chasing you.
It's a real quote. It's a real quote.
Yeah, those guys are running just like that.
I just imagine all the other runners are big spiders, and then I get super scared.
Those Tuscan Raiders were Usain Bolt to get there. Like, dude, they were gunning it. You know, they only had to take like 2 or 3 takes for that. Yeah. Like, I'm done. So they got it in the first take.
That's hilarious.
Probably.
Okay. Later, the Tuscans discuss a plan using bones and rocks to show the crate dragon to show the crate dragon and them. Studying the model, Vanth and Mandalorian realizes the sheer enormity of the crate dragon. The plan involves Vance Village. Later, the two ride back on their speeders to Mos Pelgo. Vance is unhappy about working with the Tuscan clan since they killed 6 of their miners less than a year ago. Vance explains that he took down twice as many Tuscans. Mando says that the town respects Vance and will listen to reason.
Mhm.
Vance disagrees. Okay, so they're hatching a plan. The town, the Tuscans, the Mandalorian are all working together.
Well, you can see
No,
the theme
what do
that's
you mean?
going on here, right? It's the fucking cowboys and the Indians working together.
Yeah, okay. That makes total sense. Because, like, the enemy of your enemy is your friend thing. Okay.
Yeah. They're like, we're about to take out this mountain lion that's been killing both of our tribes. Yeah. Look, you scalped a few of my guys. I killed quite a number of y'all. So let's just ceasefire and work on common ground.
All right.
And then, of course, one side works harder than the other side.
A lone Tuscan approaches
Themes,
the
sir.
cave.
Themes. Lots of themes. What about that cave? What's their battle plan?
A lone Tuscan approaches the cave while the child watches from his cradle. The Tuscan scout says that the crate dragon is sleeping. After Vance drinks a drink offered by the Tuscans, the townsfolk and the Tuscans get to work planting charges at the opening of the cave. The next stage of the plan involves provoking the crate dragon into charging outside the cave. Once it has exited far enough, their plan is to set the detonators to explode. A girl named Jo hands Vance the master detonator. He thanks her and tells her to stay safe. Okay. The Tuscans and townsfolk. What?
Nice guy, Vamp.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He just wants to see his people safe.
Yeah. The Tuscans and townfolk form a horseshoe-shaped array of ballistas outside the cave. Oh, ballista. Okay. 3 Tuscans then approach the cave and make war cries, which awaken the crate dragon. Then they flee the cave as the crate dragon emerges, causing the ground to shake. So what's the importance of the round dish?
They're like, well, Marvel, the Avengers in-game people, they're like, they got to pop a wheelie, they're getting desperate because they made this movie by committee, like they would have a few people. So yeah, they had a few people like. Okay.
And now I'm looking at Boba Fett from Mandalorian, and they do look very similar.
It's the same fucking actor.
It is the same actor?
That's the same fucking guy, dude. Look, they're very similar. It's the same guy.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yep, I see the resemblance.
Well, since you told me, I have no other option.
Oh, man. Well, that's very cool. That is the plot. What other things would you like to say about this episode?
You gotta put me on the spot, man. I'm more of a fluid shit talker.
Ew. Fluid shit.
Fluidic.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay. The only 3 things in existence right now. So.
All right. Well,
I don't know, man. What do you think? What do you think about Baby Yoda looking at all this violence?
Well, I mean, obviously, it's not good in general. But Baby Yoda's kind of in a bad situation, and this may be the best situation of the overall bad situation that Baby Yoda is in.
He kind of gets himself in trouble by being a little sneaky fart all the time.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little
like,
kid.
I can't find a babysitter because you keep ruining everything.
Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, he's being a kid. You can't fault him for that.
You think they're going to use Boba Fett, or do you think they're just nodding at the audience?
No, they're definitely going to use him because the average person would not have realized that's Boba Fett, I think.
And the fact that he was dressed in a fucking still suit with Tuscan Raider weaponry.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even pick that up either. So I feel like it's something the show showed you, the audience, and to not expand on that would be an atrocity.
I hate to say it again, but everything from on Tatooine is in that fucking video game I keep mentioning. Like, there's a quest where you have to collect gaffy sticks You know, so you're like, oh, I know exactly what those are. They like go through all of it. They have no
Hmm.
problem like explaining like these are
Really?
tribalistic blah blah blahs. You know,
Oh. Huh.
and they're not used as fucking toothpicks for your dewbacks.
Yeah, he was like brushing the thing's teeth.
It's called a dewback, sir.
Yeah, the
They have
thing.
a rich heritage.
Yeah.
The rich dewback heritage. They actually ruled the planet before the Tuscan Raiders came.
Oh man,
Am
that's pretty
I
cool.
bullshitting with you? You never know.
I bet you he'll pop up again.
Think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They keep going back to the same three planets over and over and over. So I don't doubt it. Got to get that quirky mechanic girl in there.
Yeah.
You have changed, you know, verbally spelling out the character arc. You can't tell by his face, but he's changing on the inside. Oh, take your word on it.
Oh man. Yeah, but this show's great. Let's definitely do every episode.
Yeah, I'd like to do more episodes as they currently come out, not 9 or 10 months after they premiered.
Yeah, no, it's hard to remember. I was like, Crate Dragon? What is the Crate Dragon?
You know, the graboid.
All right, the Tremor, yeah.
What do you think the Tuscan Raiders are going to do with the pearl?
Eat it?
A pearl.
Yeah.
A pearl.
I have no
They have
clue.
a fucking dragon worth of meat, bro. Why the fuck?
I mean, they're
What
only
the
used for
fuck?
lightsabers, and Tuscan Raiders don't use lightsabers.
That's exactly the point.
So, like,
Why do you think they wrote in the fact that there is a lightsaber component into a show where you haven't seen a lightsaber?
I don't see what they're gonna do with the pearl. Maybe sell it. I mean, they didn't make it a big deal in the show.
Tuscan Raiders don't money, bro.
They don't use money.
They don't money. They don't trade. The Jawas are the traders. Tuscan Raiders are like the Dune people. They're the ones who are drinking like fucking mushroom melons and shit.
I have no clue what they're gonna do with it because can't use it for a lightsaber.
Yeah, on a show that doesn't have a single lightsaber shown in it, not once, not even 1 second worth of lightsaber in this whole show, not even the final shot of the first season, not one lightsaber to be used this entire show.
I mean, you can't eat it.
Yeah, I like how they like turned a giant dragon into a fucking clam. Nice. Nice. Clam dragon. We get it. Does crate mean something? Is crate a type of clam? You kidding me, bro? They're gonna get that dark saber from the Gideon guy. They're gonna come back. They're gonna come back, get the pearl. He's gonna kill all the women and children like Anakin. Bananakin. He's gonna get the pearl and then fight Boba Fett on Tatooine or something. I don't know.
Okay, you just blew my mind because I didn't realize that there was a lightsaber in the show.
You forgot about the dude cutting his way out of the
TIE
fighter?
I forgot. There is a lightsaber. Okay, well now
backwards,
totally
double speak.
What's the word? Sarcastic. That's the word.
A douche.
Okay, so hold up. That's actually a very good point because this is a lightsaber power-up tool. The bad guy has a lightsaber. He's going to come here to this planet. That makes total sense. Kill everybody, become an even worse bad guy.
Even more stronglier.
Yeah.
I see it. I can see it coming. I can see it.
You think that's going to happen in season 2?
No, because they don't know that the pearl is a lightsaber upgrade. They just heard that that's part of the crate dragon shit on Wikipedia. Right? They looked it up and they're like, wow, what does crate dragon have? Sand, strong, you know. They're grasping at straws, but if they do that, I would be like, oh my god, they read the lore. They read the damn lore. Look at them.
Okay, so you're saying that they put the crate dragon egg in there without even knowing what it does.
I'm pretty sure it's just going to be like some sort of ritualistic bullshit for the Sand people.
Ah, okay.
Realistically, that we're probably never going to see that thing again.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it would be cool, but I don't think they really plan that far ahead. Maybe they do. Maybe they have the whole season written out.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they do have the whole season written.
I've heard a rumor that they're like, since the beer cough has gone around, that they're gonna try to film, and since Pedro had a fucking hissy fit, they're like, okay, we're going to film 2 seasons in like 6 or 7 months, or like 8 months. So they're cramming Mandalorian right now.
Did he have a hissy fit over his face?
Yeah, because he's only been in a few things. He's not like Brad Pitt. So like an actor is only as good as his face could carry him.
Yeah, but you should be okay with that when you're taking on the role of the Mandalorian.
You should be, but he was originally told no, they don't ever take their masks off. But then some people came in just taking their mask off like it was going out of style. He's like,
I want to take my mask off.
Oh, hold on, I can't hear you. Well, what? What was that? Can you look into my eyes when you?
Oh man.
Sipping bone broth from under, dude. He just needs a fucking like a silly straw or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just needs a long bendy straw.
He needs a straw that like goes down his sleeve and comes out like his sleeve right there, and then goes all the way up into his helmet.
You should just have a still suit underneath it, so you can just drink peel. It's sterile, and I like the way it tastes.
Dodgeball.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. If you can dodge traffic, you can dodge syphilis.
This is Learn the Burner. I'm Garrett.
And this is Noel.
And we'll see you later. Bye.